In this video, I'm going to help parents understand the importance of bottle feeding and how it can help protect their baby from getting diarrhea. We'll go over the basics of bottle feeding, as well as tips on how to ensure your baby stays healthy and safe. 1. What are the benefits of bottle feeding for a baby? Bottle feeding has many benefits for a baby, such as providing an easy and convenient way to feed your little one. It also allows you to control the amount of milk your baby receives at each feeding, helping ensure that they get the proper nutrition during their development. Bottle feeding can be used with breast milk or formula, giving parents more flexibility in how they feed their infant. Additionally, bottle feeding enables mothers to get some much-needed rest, especially if another family member is able to take over the feeding duties for a while. 2. How should I clean my baby's bottle and nipples? It is important to clean your baby's bottle and nipples after each use. To do this, you should wash the bottle and nipple with hot water and soap or a dishwasher. You should also rinse them well with warm water before using them again. If possible, avoid using any chemicals such as bleach when cleaning these items. You can also use a bottle brush to scrub the interior of the bottle and nipples. When washing the bottles, make sure to get into all the nooks and crannies that may be hard to reach. It's also important to carefully inspect the nipples for signs of wear or damage before each use. 3. What types of formula should I use to feed my baby? When choosing a formula, it's important to consider the age of your baby and any food allergies they may have. Generally, there are 3 types of formula available: cow's milk-based, soy-based, and hydrolyzed protein hypoallergenic formulas. Cow's milk-based formula is the most common type of formula used for babies over 6 months old who do not have any food allergies or sensitivities. It contains cow's milk that has been broken down into smaller parts so it is easier for babies to digest. Soy-based formula is a plant alternative to cow's milk-based formula. It can be used for babies with lactose intolerance or certain allergies, but should not be used as the sole source of nutrition for babies under 6 months old. Hydrolyzed protein hypoallergenic formula is a special type of formula that breaks down the proteins in milk into much smaller parts, making it easier for babies with allergies or sensitivities to digest. It is usually only recommended if an infant has already been diagnosed with an allergy or sensitivity. 4. Are there any risks associated with bottle feeding? Yes, there are some risks associated with bottle feeding. If your baby does not drink enough formula or is fed too often, it can lead to problems such as dehydration and malnutrition. It's important to ensure that your baby gets the correct amount of formula each day and not overfeed them. Another risk is that if bottles are not properly sterilized between uses, babies can contract a number of illnesses including diarrhea, which can be particularly dangerous in young infants. To prevent this, you should always make sure to thoroughly clean and sanitize any bottles and nipples before use. 5. Does the temperature of the milk or water matter when preparing a bottle for your baby? Yes, it does matter. The milk or water should not be too hot or cold. If you are using the formula, always follow the instructions on the packaging to ensure that you prepare it correctly. When preparing a bottle with breast milk or formula, mix the powder and liquid in a separate container beforehand, and then pour it into the bottle just before feeding time. The temperature of the water used should be lukewarm 98 F or 37 C. This is close to your body temperature and will feel warm to the touch but not hot. Babies do not like sudden changes in temperature, so check the temperature of the milk formula by dripping some onto your inner wrist before giving it to your baby. Never microwave bottles, as this can create hot spots, which can burn your baby's mouth. Additionally, you should never boil milk for formula, as this will affect the nutrients in the milk and make it harder for your baby to digest. 6. Should I sterilize bottles and other equipment used during feeding time? Yes, you should sterilize all bottles and other feeding equipment used before each feeding to protect your baby from diarrhea. This helps remove bacteria that can cause infection. You can use steam or boiling water to sterilize the equipment. If you have a dishwasher, It is also possible to sterilize in high heat cycles. Make sure all bottles and parts are completely dry after washing or sterilizing them. Clean surfaces and utensils used for preparing formula with soap and hot water followed by an appropriate sanitizing agent such as chlorine bleach or alcohol solution. Change nipples regularly since they may become cracked, worn, or stretched, which can lead to bacterial contamination of formula feedings. 7. How often should I be replacing my baby's bottles, nipples, and other supplies related to formula preparation or storage? It's important to check the package instructions for any bottles, nipples, and other supplies your baby uses for formula preparation or storage. Generally speaking, you should be replacing them at least once every 3 months. You should also regularly sanitize all of these items with hot soapy water or in a dishwasher. This will help to prevent bacteria from accumulating on the products that could lead to contamination of your baby's formula. If you have any questions about how often specific items should be replaced, it is best to consult your pediatrician or healthcare provider for guidance. We hope this video has been helpful in understanding how to protect your baby from diarrhea through bottle feeding. Remember, the best way to prevent any type of infection is by following proper hygiene and making sure you are using clean bottles whenever feeding time comes around. If you have any questions or comments about what we discussed here today, be sure to leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe too. Thanks for watching.